They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because...
Hey y'all, what's poppin'? Honey, it is Friday. Honey, thank God for Friday. Hey, let's go. So today's video, y'all, it's gonna be a whole different video from what I guess I do lives, and I started to do this as a live, but it is right now 9:03 in the morning. I've been up since about 5:40 this morning, which I've been waking up early lately, and I don't even have to, like, Aiden's on vacation right now, and I don't even know why I'm waking up, but I'm just gonna say it's Jesus. Jesus is blessing me, okay? So I just wanted to come and, like, you know, chop it up with y'all, like have some encouraging words for y'all, because let me tell y'all. So first of all, my sister is taking these courses from the, I'm gonna go back to my notes because I signed up for it, but I want to make sure I get the name right. Yes. So my sister is taking these courses from the Academy, the American Dream Academy. Okay. She told me about this, I want to say maybe two or 3 weeks ago. No, not that long. It's probably been like maybe about 2 weeks ago. Maybe like less than a week or whatever. Anyways, so she told me about it or whatever. And so what it is, it's like a college or whatever. And you sign up and take courses. Some of them are free and some of them you have to pay for, I guess. But if you apply through, so it's the Dream Academy, the American Dream Academy and Coursera, right? So the Coursera, if you sign up for the American Dream Academy through, and it's gonna put you through both, like it's gonna connect both of the websites. If you sign up through the American Dream Academy, then the classes are free. If you sign up just by Coursera by itself, then it's $50 a month or $49 a month, almost, or around the area, $40, $50 a month or whatever. And it gives you programs. It's kind of like the Google courses where it's all combined. I believe it has that included. I'm still learning about it, so don't quote me, okay? Just if you know. But anyways, so when you start this course, like I started it this morning, when you sign up and you enroll, you have to do a register, like you have to register for the class. When you sign up for it, you have to do this course called Beginning with Me, and it reflects on like everything about yourself and who you are and what your goals are and things like that. Things that I've been like I said, I've been on my little journey of getting better, this and this and that, whatever. So in the midst of like taking this course, I had to do a self-assessment quiz that I wanted to share with you guys. And I really think even if you don't do the, like, if you don't want to sign up for the school or whatever, and you just want to do this self-assessment, it's 120 questions, and it's like asking you all about these different scenarios and all this kind of things or whatever. It took me like 20 minutes to do. So I wanted to share my results with you guys. I just wanted to share my results or whatever. And yeah, so it's called High Five Test Results. So my first test result says that I'm a catalyst. A catalyst loves to get things started and are great at creating momentum and stagnant environments. They have a hard time waiting or so-called wasting time when they know they could be moving forward and getting things off the ground. Totally freaking me. Like, totally me. I'm just like, how you know me? You know what I'm saying? I know I answer the questions, but how you know that I know that you know me? Okay. And I'm just like, okay, all right. And so then number 2, it says that I'm a coach. Coaches love discovering the potential in people and supporting others' personal growth. It's hard for them to accept when this potential is being wasted. So much, so me. I love encouraging people. I love giving information. Like, I love people, encourage people, like, to start their business, to, do something great, because I feel like even though we all have bad experiences in life or come from different backgrounds or whatever, we all have the potential to be something great. It's what you do with your time, is what put out in the environment. And for me, like, I've been wasting my time, like, for real. Like, so I'm gonna pause on this and give y'all a short story. Very short story, not very short, but short. So these past years, I have been holding on to, like, so much trauma that has happened in my life. What I think I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start doing story times or whatever, to really, like, let y'all know everything, like, not everything, but what I want to share with y'all. Anyways, so as y'all, I know a lot of y'all know, if y'all new here and y'all don't know, I do suffer from depression and anxiety. I've been suffering from that since I was 8. It's basically when I started turning white is when, like, my whole, well, before then, some stuff, happened or whatever, and that caused me to be, like, all depressed and anxious or whatever. But it, like, heavy turn, like, my depression and anxiety, when I feel like I really noticed, is when I started turning white. And I was, like, the only person up in his house. I'm like, what's the tea? Like, what's the tea? Like, why me? You know what I'm saying? Before, I used to hate taking pictures, y'all. I used to hate taking pictures. I used to hate being in front of the camera. I used to hide behind stuff. Like, I did not want to be in the camera whatsoever. Never thought I was going to have my YouTube channel. Never thought that I would be married. Never thought that I would even have the confidence like I have now, because y'all get me how I am, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, baby, I look good even on my bad days, you know what I'm saying? But it took me a long time to get to this point, where I'm very, very, very confident in myself and who I am and what I look like or whatever, rose and all. But I can tell you from when I first started getting the confidence is when I was in this after school program, and it was through Mercy Educational System. Shout out to my homegirl China, Miss China. I'm gonna say Miss China and be respectful. Miss China was one of the aides there. She, like, picked us up for the school bus from school, and then when she got there, she was the person that, like, made our food and stuff and, like, helped. She did a whole bunch of other stuff, but she noticed, like, she noticed how I wasn't secure in who I was and what I looked like or whatever, because when it came to taking pictures, I would always be, and I'm the tallest person. I've been tall all my damn life. I was always the bigger kid in the classes. Like, I just been tall for my age or whatever. So it don't matter. I would get in the picture, but I would duck down. I would hide behind somebody taller than me, or I would lean and, like, act like I'm hugging somebody, just so I couldn't take a picture, or I would stand there like this and, like, cover up my face. So one day, Miss China it was, like, right before Christmas, and she had pulled me in the bathroom, and she was just like, "We gonna fix this today." I said, "Fix what? What you talking about?" She said, "You're going to take pictures. Everybody's taking their pictures for their Christmas cards. and you're gonna take a picture by yourself like everybody else, and you're gonna stand there and you're gonna smile. She says you have the beautiful smile I've ever seen. You're so bubbly, and I want you to really see how pretty you are. And I'm like, but I'm not. Do you not see I'm turning white? Like, she was like, that doesn't matter. And she just really gave me like the confidence. So she had took a picture of me, and I don't know what happened to that picture, but she had like, I had my hair done or whatever, but like she like fixed it up or whatever, and we had like these prize closets or whatever, and that day I didn't have my earrings, and like she gave me earrings, and we just like she just helped me get ready for the picture, and she was just like, give me your best smile, think of something that makes you so happy, and give me that in the picture. And at the time, I was real loving with Chris Brown. So I was like, oh, Chris Brown. And like just started smiling. And she took the picture. And it was just something about like my mom and, my sisters and everybody, like my mom used to tell me, oh, you're so beautiful and stuff like that. But like when it's coming for your mama, you be like, you're supposed to say that you're my mama. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, just that day really made me see who I really was. And at the time, I want to say I was in middle school. It was my last year of middle school because I was going into high school. Because baby, it was my last year in high school, my last year in middle school. Like in middle school, y'all, like middle school was hard for me because you gotta think, when I graduated 5th grade, I was all black or brown, whatever you want to call it. Like my skin, I didn't have vitiligo until the summer I left elementary, is when I got the little spot on my lip, and then I felt like overnight I was white, and it was a picture. If I can find this picture, I'm gonna show y'all this white spot used to be all the way over here, and then all of a sudden when I got older, I started closing in. Didn't completely close in, but if I find the picture, I'm gonna add it into this here. Anyways, so it was the end of my it was end of my elementary, going into middle school is when I started turning white. And I remember like the first day of middle school, like the whole summer, I really didn't go outside. Every time I had to go outside, I was crying, didn't want to be seen, didn't want to be looked at. And then the first day of middle school, when I knew it was going to be horrible. I knew everybody was going to be all up my business, looking at me, la, 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 la. I went into the gym, and my middle school the first day of school, you all had to go into the gym. So I went into the gym, and everybody was talking and laughing and thing. As soon as I stepped in the gym, everybody went mute. Like, it was quiet as a church. Like, quiet. Like, can we have a moment of silence, please? Quiet, okay? Like if a feather hit the floor, you can hear it. And I remember my friend Victoria, God rest her soul, I just love her, I miss her. Victoria was like, what's y'all problem? Y'all act like y'all never seen a person before? What the hell are y'all looking at? And me and her were good friends up until she passed. But I just appreciate her and all her glory. So anyways, Miss China got me together, and after I had left middle school is when I really started finding who I was as a person. And then after that, baby, at that point, after she showed me them pictures, baby, at that point, I was conceited. Honey, at that point, I was running for homecoming queen, Miss Freshman, Miss Sophomore, prom queen. Oh, yeah, and I was... I was prom queen. Yes, I was. I was prom queen. I ran for everything. And the funny thing is, y'all, I wasn't running because I wanted the title. I wanted to run because we were able to hang our pictures up on the wall, pass out flyers with our pictures on it to get people to vote for you. And I don't know, it just something clicked in me. And you know what I'm saying? And it's just like I wasted so much time then, not being my full potential self or whatever. Fast forward to now, My grandma just left. She was just here last my grandma was here before Thanksgiving. And I just love my grandma, y'all. I just love my grandma. I love my grandma. I love my grandma. Like, that is my, at one point, me and my grandma, we was at odds, and we did not, like, I was just like, skip everybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't need nobody. La, la, la. And some way, God brought me and my grandma together, and we have been inseparable ever since. As you grow, you learn, you know what I'm saying? You learn to be a better person, and you learn everything's not so complicated. And so a few weeks ago, my grandma was here before Thanksgiving. Now, it wasn't planned for my grandma to come here, and I got clips in there. I'm going to make that into a different video, but I was so depressed, like, with everything with my sister, everything just happening, like with my mom, everything. I felt like, and then, like, all the trauma I was holding on to from, like, different experiences with my sisters, different experiences with my big experience with how my biological father is not really a part of my life. And that's another story for another day. But yeah. And so my grandma came because she heard it in my voice. Like, I guess with everything with my sister and everything with my mom and everything with my mom and my sister, I had so much stuff to do, that I didn't take the time to grieve. Like, I cried, but it's like, and the flip of the switch, I can't cry. I don't have time to do this because I have to do A, B, C, and D. I have to do this. I have to make sure the kids good. Have to make sure the house is good. I have to make sure that, like, it was just so much stuff that I continuously had to do that I didn't give myself a moment to breathe. And, like, that week before Thanksgiving, y'all, it was dark. Like, and I've, like, had my dark moments, but it was like, it was dark, you know what I mean? And so I just started trauma therapy, and, like, I feel like trauma therapy is really, really helping. But a big piece of how my mindset is right now is my grandma coming. I always go out to Georgia to go and help my grandma whatever she needs. Like, a drop of a dime, I will go and help her whatever she needs. While I'm out there, I also see my Uncle Daddy. Hey, Uncle Cliff. My uncle is my father's brother. And when I tell y'all, my Uncle Cliff, I love my Uncle Cliff because I don't see him as an uncle. Like, he's my uncle, but he's my dad. Like, my Uncle Cliff, when he found out my dad had kids, and when he found out about he having a brother on his dad's side, he reached out. I spent summers with him. I still, to this day, like, he came up here for my wedding. He came up here not too long ago for my birthday. And I'm always, y'all see my vlogs, I'm always there to see him. When I go to Georgia, my main focus is my grandma and my uncle. I love all my other family, but I go to see them because they constantly check on me. And it's not even just because they constantly check on me. I go because they are my end all be all. Like, I love them. I love seeing my cousins. I see, but they are very, very special to me. So when I go to Georgia, I make sure I prioritize my time to spend with them. So I'll go, like, if I go for a week, I spend half of the week with either my grandma or half of my Uncle Cliff, and vice versa. Like, I make sure I give them time because they always have such wisdom and such great advice to give, you know what I mean? So I love y'all. I love y'all, my babies. But anyways, my grandma came up here, y'all, because I was in such a dark place with my mental health. And when I had called my grandma, and like, she, like, heard it in my voice. Like, she just heard it. She heard it, and we were talking, and she was just like, what's going on with you? I was just telling her, like, I'm just so lost. Like, I don't know, like, where to go, where to do, or like, just, I was just lost. And my grandma was like, okay, well, I'm coming to see you. I was like, well, when are you coming to see me? She was like, I don't know, but I'm gonna come see you, and you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And when, my grandma just had like surgery on her knees, and um like she don't my grandma travel, like my grandma used to get on the road and just be like gone or whatever. Never did I oh and yeah, just never did I would think after I hung up that phone that my grandma will be at my doorstep 2 days later. Like, never. Like, because we were already planning for her to come for Christmas. So I was expecting her to come like at the end of December or the beginning of January, how we had planned. Never to ever, 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 ever. My auntie was on her way here to Detroit, already to come and visit her friend or whatever. I didn't know. And never, my grandma's like, yeah, make sure the bed's ready, this and this and that. We're about to be pulling up. And I said, who? Who about to be pulling up? What you mean? You about to be pulling up? Miss Ma'am. Like, my grandma showed up. And another thing is, my grandma has not been able to come to this house since my mom passed. And my grandma came last year, of course, for my sister, and she spent some time with us. But anytime that she would come, my grandma, as much as we hated, would tell her like to come stay with us, come here or go to one of my sister's house. She always like, well, I don't want to be bothered with somebody. I'd rather go stay at a hotel. But then when Chervais moved, she'll like go stay with Chervais. But she was just like, I'm not mentally ready to come to the house. Like, I'm not mentally ready to do that. And the fact that my grandma came, not only did she come, but she stayed with me for 4 days. And I just appreciate my grandma, y'all. Like y'all don't understand like how dark of a place it was for me. And to have my grandma here and spend the time, like I wanted my sisters to see her, like, so I called my sisters and let her know that like, grandma was here or whatever. But to have my grandma just stay here with me is like, I needed that one-on-one time with her. I needed all the wisdom that she gave me, and like all the things that I was holding on that I had no control over the situations. And some of the situations I had controls over, but for me, if I do something wrong, I own up to what I've done. You know what I mean? And so all of the things that me and my grandma talked about, and like she just wrote down. She asked me how old I was or whatever when I was born, and then she put in the 2022. And then like she converted the shit into like stuff. Sorry, grandma, if you watching. She converted the stuff into like hours, and how the hours to down to the minutes. And she was like, "This is how long you have been wasting your life on situations that either you could not control, situations that already passed. It's either you're gonna you're gonna either forgive and let go." She's like, because you can forgive. She's like, if you forgive and you still hold on, you're still not your full potential self. And while my grandma was here, my friend from the Netherlands, Marilos, she FaceTimed me. And like me and her, we've always talked through social media or whatever. Like we've always talked through social media. We never exchanged numbers. And I made a post about my grandma being here or whatever. But before then, I didn't think that my posts were like screaming for attention, I guess. But I guess she could read between the lines or whatever. But when I tell y'all she called me, like we're on a 6-hour difference or whatever. And when I tell you that phone call when I was already laying it was my grandma had just got here. And she had called me and she was just like, I could feel that you just need somebody to talk to. And when I told her my grandma was here, she was just like, oh my God, that's great. But just her calling me was so beautiful to me. And I thank you, girl. Like, I thank you. I'm telling you, you have no idea what that phone call meant. And so for me, it's like my mental health has always played a heavy part in my life or whatever, to where it like had shackles on had shackles on me even when I thought they didn't. And me breaking at that moment and having my grandma come and really breaking my final chains is where I felt like I can breathe, if that makes sense. So I say all this to say, um, me starting this class today and me doing this self-evaluation, and just taking the steps to doing something, because I'm always doing something. I'm always finding something else to do. You know what I mean? Something else to strive and to make me better as a person, to make me financial stable or whatever, even when times have been hard or whatever, but God still made a way. So I say all that to say mental health is very much real. And now that I'm in therapy, well, I have had therapy before, but now that I'm in this specific trauma therapy, when I tell you guys, mental health is so important. Mental health is so important. It is as important as an addiction, cancer, sickness. It is very, very important. And the way the world, I feel like right now the world is starting to accept mental health and talk about mental health a little bit more. But I want you guys to know you guys are not alone. If feeling like you're at your wits end and you can't see anything, you can't get out of the tunnel, like there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And it took me, I'm 32. Girl, how old are you? 31? Yeah, 31, because I was about to say 32. Girl, you're 31. It took me 31 years to get to this point to where I can actually see the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, I'm not fully healed, but I am in the process to being fully healed, and that's all that matters. You know what I mean? And it does. And even if I'm not get knocked down, which I'm not, I am speaking more positive and in a more positive way now. I don't involve myself in drama right now, or period. I'm not involving myself in any more drama. I'm not involving myself in other people's problems. I can help you. I can give you information, but when, like I told my people, when you call me, ask me if I got the capacity. I don't know if y'all seen that Whitney video. I don't got the capacity. Like I am, and when I call other people who I constantly call to talk to, I ask them now, do you have the capacity to have this conversation? I'm feeling a certain type of way, but I'm not only thinking about myself. So if I'm calling them and I'm like, do you have the capacity? It's, I feel like I've always done that, but I never thought, like when I seen that video, I never thought, if I feel this way, sometimes when people call me that I don't have and I still listen or I still take it on and it like brings me down, I never thought to ask. And I'm happy I seen that video because now it makes me change my way of thinking. So yeah. So anyways, let me get back to the whole purpose. So, I did the strategy, the high five test or whatever. So the first one was the catalyst. The second one was coach. That it says I'm a coach. Coaches love to discover the potential in people and support others' personal growth. It's hard for them to accept when these potential when it's hard for them to accept when this potential is being wasted. Very much true. That is so me. Number 3, I'm a problem solver. Like when I tell you this hit on the nose, I was like, girl, problem solver. Problem solver loves uncovering flaws, diagnosing problems, and coming up with solutions. It is difficult for them to simply sweep unresolved issues under the rug and keep going as if everything is fine. Totally me. And I think that's why I held on to certain things, because I didn't get the answers or things weren't resolved. And now I'm starting to realize, everything's not going to be resolved. It's what are you going to do to resolve it for you? If the other person isn't willing to, do what it is that you need, then that means you need to separate from yourself. That means you need to, reevaluate that situation, A deliverer. Deliverers follow through on their commitments and appreciate seeing how this builds more trust and respect amongst others. They feel terrible if promises get broken. Very much so. Y'all be hurt my feelings. Animal cancer, double trouble. Um, both on the receiving and giving side. Okay, and then the final one is Philomath. Y'all, sometimes my reading skills ain't good. Philomath. Let me when you can copy it and look up how to pronounce it. Let's do that, because I want to make sure Philomath. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing that word correctly. And I'm doing great on my vocabulary. Okay, let's listen.
Philomath.
Oh, Philomath. I was right. Philomath.
Although some say it also as Philomath.
Philomath. So see, I was right. Okay, because sometimes am I the only one that be like, girl, can you read? Like, but then when you look it up, you said it right. That's me. So Philomath loves learning. They explore many interests, follow new paths, and acquire as much knowledge as possible. They don't enjoy the company of so-called know-it-alls, people with little curiosity or no desire to explore new ideas. Now, this one, I agree but disagree, because it's not that I don't enjoy being with people. It's not that I don't enjoy being around people that know it all or don't encourage. I like to encourage them. And then I feel like I get frustrated when when people think they know it all, is that they don't care about other people's opinions or other people's point of view. And they only think that they're right. So I guess. Okay, but it's not true. But it's true. We're going to table that one. But all in all, you guys, this video is to just encourage you guys to really work on yourself this year. 2023 is about healing, is about getting what's yours, getting what's owed to you, making plans, making goals, making what's your vision on how you want your life to be. 2023 is the year for everyone to really take charge of their life. And I just want to encourage y'all that everybody's not perfect. Everybody has a past, everybody has trauma, everybody can get the help that they need. You talking to a therapist ain't no problem. Look, because sometimes it's best to talk to somebody that don't even know the situation, so they can tell you if you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because best believe, like, my therapist, she'll tell me when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, sis, I get what that means. Because if it comes from somebody that already know you or whatever and know everything you do, coming from them, you be thinking they just some haters. Girl, you hating. Nah. Having a therapist is very, very good. Self-care. Baby, let me tell you, I was in the Jets the other day. Baby, with the music, baby, the playlist was a freaking one. Okay? So, yeah, y'all, like, I'm gonna come and be open and honest with y'all. If y'all like these videos, let me know. And drop in the comments, if I've helped you or if I encouraged you, like the video, if you want to, what I'm saying, or just watch the video, whatever, if you feel comfortable. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to do something that they don't want to do. But I just want to tell y'all that I love y'all. Grandma, I love you. Uncle Cliff, I love you. My family, I love you. Everybody, I just love all y'all at this point. Like, me and you, us never parts. Okay, my key dada. And I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I've been talking for 32 minutes, and y'all probably sick of me. So yeah, y'all, I love y'all as always. Love, peace, and hair grease. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell, y'all. And I will see y'all on the next video. Bye, y'all.